Honda. I formally and sincerely apologize. In a video just a few months ago, I replaced this Honda EU 3000 IS generator with a Champion model because it had a little more power and it had a remote. But after just a short amount of use, that Champion generator has been overheating and burning oil and failing on me a little bit when it comes to running the air conditioning in my RV. So here I am now returning to my Honda generator, putting it back in my generator shed here. I will still use the Champion generator for some other locations on our 60-acre off-grid property, but I needed something rock solid and bulletproof. So how did I get around the need to have a remote control? I bought a third-party aftermarket remote control and I installed it in this generator and it does work. This was something I had hoped to record for you, and now that it's finished, I really wish even more so that I had recorded it, because the directions that came with the remote control system were very difficult to follow in the printout. And then they have a video on YouTube that walks through the steps, which is even harder to follow because the steps aren't the same as they should be and as the directions lay out. And they skip some steps and they even have different parts for different things because that video hasn't been updated, at least with the model that I purchased. It was quite a thing to install. I don't know why Honda hasn't released a generator like the EU 3000 IS with a remote, because now I know all of the parts involved with having that functionality in it. I had to learn how to solder. I'd never done that before. There were 4 things that needed to be soldered and I did them incorrectly. I had to redo all 4 over again. Thankfully, my son had done some soldering on some computer parts and he was able to walk me through how to do that. But the directions for this don't explain how to solder, obviously. They just tell you that you need to solder these things together. But you have to take so much apart. I think you practically disassemble this entire machine to do this. You have to install a servo that operates the choke with these blue buttons. Just all of that. It was just really complicated. So proud that I was able to do it. I'm really glad that it's done and that it works. But I don't know that I could recommend it to other people. Depends on how handy you are and how much of a problem solver you are. I got half a mind to do this a second time, run it through just so other people don't have to wonder, as I did, what exactly you were supposed to do next. Really wasn't clear. But it's done, and I have my bulletproof generator back, and I know that it will last me decades or my entire lifetime. So I'm a Honda guy, always have been. Most of my cars are Hondas. My lawnmower is a Honda. My dirt bikes and four-wheelers are all Hondas. So back to wearing the Honda cap proudly. Not that I ever wasn't proud to, but failed experiment to try to go with Champion there for a while. So let me know what you think. Now I also really wish that instead of buying the Champion that I had bought one of the Furman generators that Costco sells. Anytime I can buy anything on Costco, I have to buy it from them because they're so good with their return policy. If I had bought this Champion generator from Costco, I would be returning it and getting all of my money back, no questions asked. But instead, I'm just going to have to figure out where I can use it, where it won't overheat, and where I won't need to rely on it as much as I need this one to work perfectly. So a couple of regrets. I wish that I had just done this to begin with, installed the remote. I wish that I had bought a Furman if I was going to change. Anyway, it's all lessons learned, not a big deal. And glad I didn't get rid of this. That was something I could have done, was sell this and get some money back, but I kept hold of it because I wondered if this might happen. So here we are. We're going to put it back in our generator shed and we will have our trusty, reliable Honda back. What do you think, Pumpkin? What do you think, Pumpkin? Oh, Pumpkin, you got a yummy stick there? You got a good stick? Yeah? Love that dog so much. I'm a sucker for DeWalt stuff. And when DeWalt happens to be sold by Costco, I'm a double sucker. Double sucker? I don't like that, but this was only $69 at Costco. And I needed a fan that was higher power than what I had in there to vent the exhaust and to keep the generator shed cool. That works really well. So does this, but for other purposes. I'm a DeWalt and a Honda guy, I guess. You can say those two things for sure. And a steel guy? Guess I'm a Honda, DeWalt, and a steel guy. For sure. I don't think that I've ever been disappointed by those three brands. Honda, DeWalt, Steel, and so far John Deere. I haven't regretted anything John Deere or Frontier branded so far. What brands do you trust almost implicitly? Costco, DeWalt, John Deere, Steel. Echo shoes. Never had a bad pair. Oh. Should have put all-terrain wheels on this thing now. Another regret. This is really a two-person job to move these generators. I hurt my knees 2 years ago just from moving this by myself. Never really got over it completely. Why are you doing it again, Franklin? Don't you learn from your mistakes? Oh. Let's see how my remote works. Ready? That is so much quieter than the Champion. Happy to have it back. Thanks, Honda. You make good stuff. Send me something. I'll review it for free. I'd love that. This isn't sponsored, but love to be sponsored.